Ever wondered what it would be like if a third of the entire population vanished in just a few years? It sounds like a dystopian movie plot, but for medieval Europe, it was a terrifying reality. This was the Black Death, a pandemic that reshaped the world forever. So, what exactly was it, and how did it change everything? Let's dive in. Between 1347 and 1351, a dark shadow fell over Europe. The Black Death, a brutal bubonic plague. Pandemic swept through the continent, claiming the lives of an estimated 25 to 30 million people. That's about 1/3 of everyone living there at the time. Imagine losing 1 in every 3 people you know. The scale of this catastrophe is almost impossible to comprehend. So, what caused this apocalyptic event? The culprit was a tiny, but deadly, bacterium called Yersinia. Pestis, this microscopic menace hitched a ride on fleas, which in turn lived on black rats. These rats were frequent, unwelcome passengers on merchant ships, crisscrossing the globe. The plague is thought to have originated somewhere in Central Asia, traveling westward along the bustling Silk Road. By 1347, it had reached the Black Sea port of Kaffa. From there, Genoese trading ships, unknowingly carrying their lethal cargo, sailed to Sicily. Europe's door had been breached. Once it arrived, the disease spread like wildfire. Following the trade routes, it moved relentlessly from Italy to France, Spain, and Britain. By 1350, it had engulfed Germany and Scandinavia. Desperate people fleeing infected towns and cities only helped to carry the plague even further, creating a vicious cycle of transmission. No corner of the continent was safe. The symptoms were horrifying. The most common form was the bubonic plague, named for the painful, swollen lymph nodes, called buboes, that appeared in the armpits and groin. These were accompanied by high fever, chills, and agonizing joint pain. Dark, blackish spots would often appear on the skin, which is how the plague got its grim nickname, the Black Death. For most, the disease was a death sentence. It was highly contagious, and death could come within a matter of days. Some historical estimates suggest that up to 2/3 of those who caught the plague did not survive. The impact on society was nothing short of revolutionary. With so many people gone, the continent faced a severe labor shortage. Suddenly, the surviving peasants, who had been tied to the land for generations, found themselves with newfound power. They could demand higher wages and better working conditions. This shift was a major crack in the foundation of the rigid feudal system, eventually helping to bring an end to servitude. But this change didn't come peacefully. The immense loss of life triggered widespread panic and social chaos. As the old order crumbled, authorities tried desperately to cling to control, leading to violent peasant revolts. People also began to question the institutions they had always trusted. The church and medical experts were powerless to stop the plague, and their failure eroded public faith. Many saw the pandemic as a divine punishment for humanity's sins, leading to extreme religious movements like the flagellants, who would publicly whip themselves as a form of penance. Tragically, this era of fear and uncertainty also led to horrific scandals, with many Jewish communities falsely blamed and persecuted for the plague's spread. It's a dark chapter in our history. But surprisingly, the Black Death also paved the way for a new beginning. For the survivors, the world was completely different. With more land and resources available per person, a period of unexpected economic growth and prosperity followed for many. The rigid social structures of the old world had been broken, creating new opportunities. The Black Death, while unimaginably devastating, ultimately acted as a catalyst, accelerating cultural and economic shifts that would lead Europe out of the Middle Ages and toward the Renaissance. It is a stark reminder of how history's greatest tragedies can also sow the seeds of profound transformation. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into the past interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history. We'll see you in the next video.